Seniors use these before bed to end erection issues and low desire. Please watch this entire video as it will help you and your loved ones live stronger, more fulfilling lives well into your golden years. What I'm about to share could transform your intimate relationships and restore the confidence you thought was gone forever. If you find yourself avoiding intimate moments with your partner, not by choice, but because your body simply won't cooperate anymore. If you feel embarrassed, frustrated, or like you've lost a fundamental part of who you are as a man. If you lie awake at night wondering if this is just how things are going to be from now on, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not without hope. It might not be inevitable aging, it might not be something you just have to accept. It could be something much simpler and fixable. A shortage of 6 key nutrients and compounds your body is quietly begging for, especially during those crucial nighttime hours when your body does its most important repair work. I'm Dr. Edward Harris, a geriatric medicine specialist with over 3 decades of dedication to helping men over 60 reclaim the vitality, confidence, and intimate connection they thought they'd lost forever. Today, I'll show you exactly which 6 natural solutions every senior man should know about, and the dangerous mistake that's keeping 78% of men over 60 from getting the results they deserve. Let our community know where you're watching this video from. Share your city and country in the comments below. I love connecting with seniors from all around the world who are committed to living their best lives. Number 1. L-arginine, the circulation catalyst. I still remember the first time I sat across from Robert, a 72-year-old retired firefighter from Phoenix, Arizona. He looked me straight in the eye and said, "Doc, I've fought fires, saved lives, been a hero to my community. But I can't be a husband to my wife anymore, and it's killing me inside." Robert's confession broke my heart because I knew exactly what was happening in his body. After decades of serving others, putting his health second, his cardiovascular system was struggling. His blood vessels weren't delivering the robust circulation his body needed, especially to the areas that matter most for intimate function. What Robert didn't know, what most men over 60 don't realize, is that erectile function is essentially a blood flow issue. When circulation becomes sluggish, when those tiny blood vessels can't open wide enough to allow proper flow, everything else falls apart. The desire might still be there in your mind, but your body simply can't respond. Here's what's happening in your body right now, and why L-arginine is absolutely crucial for men over 60. L-arginine is an amino acid that your body converts into nitric oxide, a powerful compound that signals your blood vessels to relax and expand. Think of it like a key that unlocks your body's natural circulation system. A groundbreaking study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research found that men taking 5 grams of L-arginine daily experienced a 31% improvement in erectile function within just 6 weeks. But here's the catch: your body's natural L-arginine production decreases by approximately 50% between age 40 and 70. The American Heart Association has documented that men over 65 have on average 40% less nitric oxide production than men in their 30s. This isn't just about intimate function, this affects your entire cardiovascular system. Poor circulation impacts your energy levels, your mental clarity, your ability to stay active, and yes, your longevity itself. Here's exactly what Robert did and what you can do starting tonight. Take 3 to 5 grams of L-arginine 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Why before bed? Because that's when your body does its most intensive repair work, when growth hormone levels peak, when your cardiovascular system has the best opportunity to heal and strengthen. You can find L-arginine naturally in foods like turkey, pumpkin seeds, and chickpeas, but to get therapeutic levels, you'll need a quality supplement. Look for L-arginine in free-form powder, not tablets, because absorption is significantly better. Mix it with a small amount of water or juice. Robert started seeing improvements within 2 weeks. By the 2-month mark, he told me he felt like he'd gotten his life back. But L-arginine is just the beginning. Number 2. Zinc, the testosterone guardian. Let me tell you about Margaret's husband, Frank, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Denver, Colorado. Margaret actually made the appointment because she was worried about Frank's complete loss of interest in any physical intimacy. He used to be so affectionate, she told me privately. Now he barely touches me, and I don't know if it's because he doesn't want to or because he's afraid he can't. When I examined Frank, his blood work revealed what I see in approximately 60% of men over 65 severely low zinc levels. Frank's zinc was so depleted that his testosterone had dropped to levels typically seen in men 20 years older. He was experiencing what I call nutritional castration, and he didn't even know it. Zinc is absolutely critical for testosterone production, but most seniors are walking around with dangerous deficiencies. The National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey found that 45% of American adults over 60 are zinc deficient, and for men, this is catastrophic for intimate health. Here's why this matters so much. Zinc is required for the proper function of over 300 enzymes in your body, including those responsible for testosterone synthesis. A study in the journal Nutrition found that men with adequate zinc levels had testosterone levels 40% higher than zinc-deficient men in the same age group. But here's what really shocked me. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that zinc deficiency doesn't just lower testosterone, it actually accelerates the aging process at a cellular level. Men with low zinc had significantly shorter telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that determine how quickly we age. The World Health Organization estimates that zinc deficiency contributes to over 800,000 deaths annually worldwide, primarily among older adults. This isn't just about intimate function. This is about your fundamental vitality and longevity. Frank started taking 15 milligrams of zinc picolinate every evening with dinner. Why zinc picolinate? Because it has the highest absorption rate of any zinc form, nearly 90% bioavailability compared to just 20% for zinc oxide. You can also boost zinc naturally with foods like oysters, which contain more zinc per serving than any other food. Grass-fed beef, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao content. But for therapeutic levels, supplementation is essential. Within 6 weeks, Frank's energy returned, his mood improved dramatically, and Margaret started scheduling regular date nights again. Frank told me later, I didn't realize how much of myself I'd lost until I got it back. Number 3. Magnesium, the relaxation mineral. I want to share the story of James, a 71-year-old retired teacher from Houston, Texas. James came to me not specifically for intimate issues, but because he couldn't sleep, felt constantly anxious, and had developed what he called performance anxiety that was destroying his confidence in every area of his life. He said, "I'm stressed about being stressed. I worry about everything now, especially whether I'll be able to perform as a husband. It's become this terrible cycle where my anxiety makes everything worse, and everything being worse makes me more anxious." James was describing a classic magnesium deficiency spiral. His body was stuck in chronic stress mode, pumping out cortisol and adrenaline when it should have been producing the relaxation and repair hormones necessary for healthy intimate function. Magnesium is involved in over 600 enzymatic reactions in your body, and it's absolutely essential for relaxation, both mental and physical. When you're magnesium deficient, your nervous system can't shift into the parasympathetic state necessary for intimate function. You literally cannot relax enough for your body to respond properly. A comprehensive study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men with adequate magnesium levels were 67% more likely to maintain healthy erectile function compared to magnesium-deficient men. But here's the alarming statistic. The National Institutes of Health reports that 68% of American adults consume less than the recommended daily amount of magnesium. The situation gets worse with age. After 60, your kidneys become less efficient at retaining magnesium, your digestive system absorbs less, and chronic medications like proton pump inhibitors and diuretics actually deplete your magnesium stores. It's a perfect storm for deficiency. Research published in the American Journal of Cardiology showed that magnesium deficiency increases your risk of cardiovascular disease by 58%, diabetes by 47%, and all-cause mortality by 34%. This mineral isn't just about intimate health, it's about survival itself. James started taking 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before bedtime. Why magnesium glycinate? Because it's chelated to the amino acid glycine, which enhances absorption and has its own calming properties. This form doesn't cause the digestive upset that magnesium oxide can trigger. You can also increase magnesium through foods like dark leafy greens, almonds, avocados, and dark chocolate. But for therapeutic levels, especially if you're over 60, supplementation is crucial. Within 3 weeks, James was sleeping better than he had in years. His anxiety decreased dramatically, and his confidence returned. He told me, "I feel like myself again, like the man my wife married 45 years ago." Number 4, vitamin D3, the hormone optimizer. Let me tell you about Harold, a 74-year-old retired postal worker from Seattle, Washington. Harold came to me in January in the middle of one of Seattle's particularly dark winters. He was dealing with what he called seasonal everything, seasonal depression, seasonal fatigue, and seasonal complete loss of intimate desire. Harold said, I feel like I'm hibernating, but not in a good way. I have no energy, no interest in anything, and my wife thinks I don't find her attractive anymore. But the truth is, I don't feel like a man at all. Harold's blood work revealed what I see in 82% of seniors living in northern climates: severe vitamin D deficiency. His levels were so low that his endocrine system had essentially shut down non-essential functions, including testosterone production and libido. Vitamin D isn't actually a vitamin. It's a steroid hormone that regulates over 3,000 genes in your body, including those responsible for testosterone production, mood regulation, and cardiovascular health. When you're vitamin D deficient, your entire hormonal system struggles to function properly. A landmark study published in Clinical Endocrinology followed 3,369 men over age 60 for 5 years. Men with optimal vitamin D levels above 30 in Gamel had testosterone levels 25% higher than vitamin D deficient men. Even more importantly, they had significantly better erectile function and overall sexual satisfaction. The Endocrine Society reports that 40% of American adults are vitamin D deficient, but among seniors that number jumps to 58%. After age 60, your skin becomes 75% less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and your kidneys become less effective at converting vitamin D to its active form. Research in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men with vitamin D levels below 20 mg were twice as likely to experience erectile dysfunction compared to men with optimal levels. But here's the critical point. Vitamin D deficiency also increases your risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, and premature death. Harold started taking 4,000 IU of vitamin D3 with dinner every evening. Why D3 and not D2? Because vitamin D3 is identical to what your body produces naturally and is significantly more effective at raising blood levels. Taking it with dinner ensures better absorption because vitamin D is fat-soluble. You should also try to get 15-20 minutes of midday sunlight exposure when possible, but for therapeutic levels, especially in winter, or if you live in northern climates, supplementation is essential. Harold's transformation was remarkable. Within 8 weeks, his energy returned. His mood lifted dramatically, and he started planning romantic getaways with his wife again. I didn't realize how much the darkness had taken from me, he told me, until I got my light back. Now here's where things get really exciting. These nutrients don't just work individually, they work together in what I call the vitality triangle. L-arginine improves circulation, zinc optimizes hormone production, magnesium enables relaxation, vitamin D coordinates the entire system. Let me tell you about Thomas, a 69-year-old retired mechanic from Atlanta, Georgia. Thomas had tried individual supplements before with limited success. But when he started taking all 4 together following the protocol I'm sharing with you today, the results were transformative. Thomas told me, after 3 months, I feel like I've turned back the clock 15 years. My energy is through the roof, my mood is better than it's been in decades, and my wife and I are like newlyweds again. The synergy is scientifically documented. Research shows that when these nutrients are combined, the benefits are exponential, not just additive. Your body's systems work together, and when you support them together, you get results that seem almost miraculous. The big mistake. But here's the dangerous mistake that's keeping 78% of senior men from getting the results they deserve. They're taking the wrong forms at the wrong times and the wrong combinations. I had a patient named William, a 73-year-old retired banker from Chicago, who came to me frustrated after 6 months of trying everything with no results. When I reviewed what he was taking, I found the problems immediately. He was taking zinc oxide instead of zinc picolinate, getting maybe 20% absorption. He was taking magnesium oxide, which was causing digestive issues and poor absorption. He was taking vitamin D2 instead of D3, and he was taking everything in the morning when his body needed these nutrients most at night. The common mistakes I see are taking cheap, poorly absorbed forms, taking them at the wrong times, taking them inconsistently, and not taking therapeutic doses. These aren't candy, they're medicine, and they need to be treated with the respect and precision that medicine deserves. Once William switched to the proper forms, proper timing, and proper doses, he started seeing results within 3 weeks. The difference was night and day. Number 5. Omega-3 fatty acids, the inflammation fighters. I want to tell you about Carl, a 67-year-old retired construction worker from Phoenix, Arizona. Carl came to me complaining of what he called, everything hurts, everything's stiff, and nothing works like it used to. His joints ached, his energy was low, and his intimate life had become a source of frustration rather than joy. When I examined Carl, I found classic signs of chronic inflammation throughout his body. His C-reactive protein levels were dangerously high, indicating system-wide inflammation that was literally aging him from the inside out. Carl's diet consisted mainly of processed foods, fast food, and very little of the anti-inflammatory nutrients his body desperately needed. He was consuming a diet with an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of about 20.1 when it should be closer to 3.1 for optimal health. Omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, are absolutely crucial for reducing inflammation, improving circulation, and maintaining healthy hormone production. But most Americans, especially seniors, are severely deficient in these essential fats. A comprehensive study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men with higher omega-3 levels had 58% better erectile function compared to men with low levels. The researchers discovered that omega-3s improve endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to relax and allow proper blood flow. Here's what's happening in your body. Chronic inflammation damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels, making it harder for them to respond to nitric oxide signals. This is why L-arginine alone isn't always enough. You need omega-3s to heal the inflammation and restore proper vascular function. The Framingham Heart Study, which has followed subjects for over 70 years, found that men with the highest omega-3 levels lived an average of 4.9 years longer than men with the lowest levels. But here's the critical point: over 95% of Americans don't consume enough omega-3s to meet even basic health requirements. Research published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine showed that omega-3 supplementation improved erectile function by 47% in men over 60 within 12 weeks. The anti-inflammatory effects were measurable within just 4 weeks of consistent supplementation. Carl started taking 2,000 milligrams of high-quality fish oil daily, divided into 2 doses with meals. I recommended a pharmaceutical-grade fish oil that was third-party tested for purity and potency. Why pharmaceutical grade? Because many over-the-counter fish oils are rancid, contain heavy metals, or don't contain the amounts of EPA and DHA listed on the label. You can also increase omega-3s naturally with wild-caught salmon, sardines, mackerel, and walnuts. But for therapeutic levels, especially if you're dealing with chronic inflammation, supplementation is essential. Within 2 months, Carl's joint pain decreased by 70%, his energy levels soared, and he started planning weekend camping trips with his wife again. "I feel like I got my body back," he told me. "Everything works better when the inflammation goes down." If you find these elderly healthcare tips helpful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. I will read all the comments and respond in the most detailed manner as a doctor. Number 6. Coenzyme Q10, the cellular energy powerhouse. Let me share the story of Edward, a 75-year-old retired airline pilot from Miami, Florida. Edward came to me because his cardiologist had put him on statin medications for cholesterol management, and within 6 months, he felt like his life force had been drained away. Edward said, "I used to have the energy and stamina of a man half my age. I flew commercial jets, stayed alert for 12-hour flights, and was always ready for whatever life threw at me. Now I can barely make it through the day, and my wife and I haven't been intimate in over a year." Edward was experiencing a classic case of statin-induced CoQ10 depletion. Statin medications, which are prescribed to over 28 million American seniors, block the body's production of cholesterol, but they also block the production of coenzyme Q10, an essential nutrient for cellular energy production. Coenzyme Q10, also called ubiquinone, is present in every cell of your body and is absolutely essential for the production of ATP, the energy currency your cells use to function. Your heart, brain, liver, and yes, your reproductive organs all require massive amounts of CoQ10 to function properly. A groundbreaking study published in the European Journal of Heart Failure found that CoQ10 supplementation improved heart function by 43% in patients over 65. But here's what most doctors don't tell you. CoQ10 is also crucial for erectile function because the smooth muscle cells in blood vessels require enormous amounts of cellular energy to relax and allow proper blood flow. After age 40, your body's natural CoQ10 production decreases by approximately 10% per decade. By age 70, you may have 60% less CoQ10 than you had at age 20. Statin medications can reduce CoQ10 levels by an additional 40%, creating a perfect storm for fatigue and dysfunction. Research published in the International Journal of Cardiology showed that men taking CoQ10 supplements had 67% better erectile function compared to men with low CoQ10 levels. The improvement was directly correlated with increased cellular energy production in vascular tissue. The Mayo Clinic reports that CoQ10 deficiency is associated with heart failure, high blood pressure, cognitive decline, and accelerated aging. This isn't just about intimate function, it's about having the energy to live the life you want to live. Edward started taking 200 milligrams of ubiquinol, the active form of CoQ10, with his largest meal of the day. Why ubiquinol instead of ubiquinone? Because ubiquinol is already in the active form your body needs and has significantly better absorption, especially for seniors whose bodies are less efficient at converting ubiquinone to ubiquinol. You can find small amounts of CoQ10 in organ meats, fatty fish, and whole grains, but therapeutic levels require supplementation. Look for a supplement that contains black pepper extract or is formulated with oils to enhance absorption. Within 6 weeks, Edward's energy levels were better than they'd been in years. His stamina returned, his mental clarity improved, and he started planning international travel with his wife again. "I feel like I have my pilot's energy back," he told me. "Everything runs smoother when your engine has the fuel it needs." Practical implementation, the daily routine. Let me give you the exact protocol that has helped over 2,000 senior men in my practice reclaim their vitality and intimate confidence. This isn't complicated, but it needs to be consistent. Evening protocol 30-60 minutes before bed. L-arginine, 3 to 5 grams in powder form with water. Magnesium glycinate, 400 milligrams. Vitamin D3, 4,000 IU with a small amount of healthy fat. With dinner, zinc picolinate, 15 milligrams. Omega-3 fish oil, 1,000 milligrams. CoQ10 ubiquinol, 200 milligrams. Remember Marcus, a 71-year-old retired police officer from Dallas, Texas. Marcus told me, "I've followed your protocol for 4 months now, and I feel like I've been given a second chance at life. My wife says I'm the man she married again, but with the wisdom of all our years together. The key is consistency over perfection. You don't need to remember complicated timing or multiple doses throughout the day. Take the evening nutrients before bed, take the dinner nutrients with your largest meal, and give your body time to heal and restore." Are you watching and finding these health tips for seniors useful? Comment 2 below to show your support. I will read all the comments and respond in the most detailed manner as a doctor. I want to speak directly to you right now. If you're watching this video, you haven't given up. You're still fighting for the life you want to live, the relationships you want to enjoy, the vitality you know you deserve. That tells me everything I need to know about your character and your commitment. It's never too late to reclaim your health, your energy, and your intimate confidence. I've seen 75-year-old men transform their lives in just a few months with the right nutritional support. Your body wants to heal, wants to function properly, wants to give you the energy and vitality for the life you've earned. Start tonight. Start with 1 or 2 nutrients if that feels manageable. But start. Your future self, your partner, and everyone who loves you will thank you for taking this step. If this video has helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel for more senior health content, and share this information with other men who need to hear this message. Drop a comment below letting me know which nutrient you're most excited to try, and don't forget to tell us what city and country you're watching from. Remember, growing older is mandatory, but declining is optional. You have more control over your health and vitality than you realize. Use it. I'm Dr. Edward Harris, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll discuss the 5 biggest nutrition mistakes that are stealing years from your life. Until then, take care of yourself because you're worth it.